guys are so funny. You're trying to get me to do this stupid shit. And
she just whispered, "I'm a bad bitch" for anyone who didn't hear. Stop. 420.
I'm lit at Disney.
And the kids asleep in the bath.
There we go. A ball sack station. That's what a business owner looks like. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Tattoo Homewreckers, a podcast where we talk about tattoos, life, and everything in between. My name's Callista, and this is my best friend, Lou. Finally back from the dead.
Yeah. I might cough. I might have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I did just take medicine, so hopefully I won't have to. But I had to stop during my tattoo today to go and cough so hard in the bathroom that I was crying and then threw up. So the flu A that is currently going around the U.S.
Not me laughing. I'm so sorry.
Dude, it's fine.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Luckily, she's a mom, so she's used to kids being sick, and she
Totally.
didn't give a shit. She was happy to get tattooed.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back, and I, fucking red-faced, and I'm like,
Tears
oh
in
God,
your
I feel
eyes.
terrible.
Yeah.
But like that, I'm also so happy that I had, because I, started my coughing fit while I'm tattooing, and I was like, I'll be right back. And then I was like, I know for sure as fuck she can hear me. I don't know. Can you hear me when I'm coughing in the bathroom?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
great.
So
I don't care.
it's like me and my client, and I'm tattooing, and then your client in the chair, and then it's just muffled.
Yeah, dude. And it was bad because then I was like coughing so hard I was throwing up.
I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Yeah, let's update the Wrecking Balls, by the way, because we have not made a podcast episode since before we left for Disney World
because I was sick and I couldn't
flu
talk.
A.
Yeah.
Got you fucked up, and you know
It's
exactly which
much
kid.
worse than I know the exact kid in Disney.
Yeah.
We are still going to Disneyland.
When we leave,
we need to do a fucking Disney episode. We'll do that next episode. I want this to be Christmas.
Absolutely. This will be Christmassy, and yeah.
But yeah, I know the exact child. So I've been wearing a mask since going back to work and going out in public because I am traumatized.
And then I have as well because I don't want whatever it is that you ordered.
Yes. And
whatever you got, I'm like,
flu vaccine is not working this year. Not that I can even get the vaccine, but for the people that got it, it's not helping.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the wrong strand.
Which, by the way, I would like to point out, like, again, the education system has been failing me because I had no idea that, like, the flu vaccine is based off of predictions.
Yes, we
where
look
it could
at
be
what's
inaccurate.
I think they said South America, like Central America, South America is what we get.
Yeah.
Like
what it hits them.
Yes,
and
we'll
then
migrate up.
Yeah.
But this year it's coming from Europe.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was told.
Dude, crazy. Yeah. So, like, even if you did get the flu vaccine this year, it's not necessarily the strand that's hitting the area.
Yeah.
So you got flu A, which, like, you originally thought it was COVID, and so did I.
All the symptoms of COVID. I lost my taste.
You were dying,
I was
too.
dying.
Like,
and then it got so much worse.
Yeah, it just, like, it was crazy because as I was, like, watching poor you and Caboose just, like, deteriorate over having flu A, I was like, damn, well, at least with COVID, like, it is a heavy hitter for sure, but, like, you're only out and, like genuinely miserable for maybe 3 days.
Yeah.
But, like, flu A had
just
you out
kept
for, like,
getting,
a week and a half.
for a week and a half, and it just kept getting worse and worse.
Dude.
And and it was all the fucking symptoms. Like, I could not eat. I didn't eat for 5 days.
You only felt good when you weren't moving.
Yeah.
So, like, when you were couched, it was like, I just need to stay
The
still.
same headache.
Yeah.
From COVID, and then I could barely drink like water. So and I was like forcing myself to eat Pedialyte popsicles. And then my fever would range anywhere, like on the low end, I'd be at 101, which according to like our friend who works in the medical industry, a 101 fever. And like I was talking to my client today because she's a mom, and she was like, 101's terrible. And I was like, I was vibing at 101.
Yeah, you're like, that was a good
I
end.
spent so many times where it would like go and peak at like 103, 103.5.
Yeah, you were baking.
Was hurting, and I would sweat so much that I kept having to change my clothes. We washed the sheets every fucking day. I kept having to wash the blankets because my shirt
you
was
could
like
have
literally
soft-boiled
soaked.
an egg if you left it in your bra.
I couldn't wear a bra. And then I did make Caboose because I was like, I'm so sweaty. And I made him touch me. And he was like, you're gross.
Both
you're
of
wet.
you guys were so pale.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy because, like, I was like, oh my God, you guys are like hella sick. You were hella pale. So was Caboose. I'm like, I'm living with like White Walkers right now. It was crazy. And then you were like, not to be gross, but you should touch like my leg, like my shin, so I could like feel like when you're talking about how sweaty it was and you had to wash your sheets, I touched her leg and it was like probably the same thing as touching my palms. They're sweating right now.
They are sweating.
But it was like just a solid, just like even layer of just moisture.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
I was taking multiple showers and then I'd get so like weak in the shower that then I would just have to sit and take a bath.
Yeah.
And then I would like to warm myself up and was like, dude, I'm literally, it was the worst.
That's horrible. Yeah. So that's why you haven't had any episodes recently, because like, it's not like you could have talked to begin with. You were also like coughing. And like, even when you felt like okay, it was still like really consistently just horrible. And like, it took you a while.
I'm still coughing through the night, which makes me feel like a terrible roommate and a terrible spouse. Because I'm
at this point, I'm like a mom that's like had like, I'm on my like second newborn baby. I don't hear it crying. Like, I can hear you, but it doesn't hit the same. You know?
Thank God.
Like, Mom.
I feel so bad. I had such a bad coughing fit last night. And then this morning, and Caboose is just like, take medicine. I'm like, I already did, dude.
I already did.
But
I don't
like,
know what to do.
I think tonight I'm going to set an alarm because it stops working at exactly 4 hours.
Which is like what it says in the instructions, right?
It's nuts. But it's like literally like minute to minute 4 hours. And so tonight, so I can sleep through the night, I'm going to take and like set an alarm at like 3 hours and 30 minutes and then take it. So I hopefully don't wake up for a coughing fit.
There you go. And then hopefully that works. I hope it works.
Yeah. Well, especially because like it looks like a fucking raccoon in the middle of the night has like gone through our cabinets, because then I'm like, look, first off, you're a medical professional. I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm alive. My liver's fine. Don't worry about it. Let me do me. But I am literally taking Sudafed and then Mucinex, and then you swallow it down with NyQuil or DayQuil.
You're chasing it with NyQuil.
Oh, yeah, that's how I'm taking it. That combination of all three is the only thing that's like fucking helping.
Yeah, totally.
And because like the amount of, I'm also still not eating a ton. I'm really excited for Christmas though, because eating is like the only thing that is like helping, because the amount of mucus happening, you guys, is disgusting.
It's the only thing that has been like helping me. So whatever you and Caboose like haven't been eating, I've just been gaining slowly, because I'm like, I can't fucking.
Yeah.
We're at this stage right now where we talked about it like maybe a few days ago, where I just feel like I'm hovering. So I'm just trying to maintain energy levels. So that looks like for me not working out, but trying to just make sure that I get nutritionally what I need in the day. Yeah. Even if it does mean I'm overeating, I'm just trying my best to keep my energy at like a stable point to carry us through this move.
Yeah.
Because it is a very like, it's so weird. I have such a hard time explaining it, but like it is simultaneously the most overwhelming part of my life, but also the most prepared that I've been. You know what I mean? Where I'm like,
that is a perfect description.
Yeah.
Because I am somehow amazingly at peace, and also one of the most depressed states I've ever been in.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about that too. If you're comfortable with that
totally
on the podcast. Okay, cool.
I'm feeling a little bit better today. I don't know what I'll wake up as tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I fucking am a depressed person.
Yeah, dude. It was concerning at one point. Like, I texted Caboose and I'm like, is she going to be okay? I don't think I've ever seen her like this.
Yeah, Caboose asked me, he was like, can we go see someone? And I was like, absolutely not, because they're going to want to do some shit to me. Like, I'm not doing that.
To say this in like a non-scary way, if you were like brutally honest with this person, we're not at this point financially where we could spend money on so sorry to say that, but like,
well, that's my thing. I'm like, they're gonna check me in somewhere, and I'm not paying for that.
No,
I'm ordering salads every day, so I'm paying for food. That's the only thing I'm paying for,
and it's nutritionally dense.
It's nutritionally
extra
dense.
veggies,
it's all 800. I weighed it, and it's 975 grams of veggies.
Oh yeah, dude.
EC would be proud. But otherwise, like, I had a break with reality.
Yeah, you did.
The beautiful part about that was that I realized that everything in life is just an invisible contract that we have with each other. So, like, we abide by traffic laws because it's an invisible contract, especially here in Reno, because there's no actual, like nothing happens. So, like, I was just running red lights because everyone else does it. And then I was like, nothing happens. Like, literally nothing matters, like, at all. Like, not one bit.
I like was on my way home the other day and I spotted 3 fucking cars just abandoned on the side of the freeway.
Yeah.
On my way home, which by the way is like a 15-minute drive. And it's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's 6 miles.
You had
3
like
cars in 6 miles.
one hell of a break with reality. You were like, none of it's real. Social constructs aren't real. And like, oddly enough, I feel like I can say this on the podcast.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Our landlord has really solidified that as well.
Yeah.
Like karmic timing of you being like, social constructs aren't real. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. They are just like invisible strings that like force us into decisions.
Yes.
When
so
we think about it.
The
like,
beautiful part about that is now I have like 0 guilt, 0 commitments with people, because at the end of the day, anyone here, I'm not going to see them. And that like, it's given me this like freedom as I'm like starting to feel a little bit better. And like I said, that's today. I don't know what I'm going to look like tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware. Like there's a part of me that is aware. I hate to admit it that I'm currently depressed, but I am. Food doesn't taste good. I can't work out for shit.
You're not getting dopamine from things that you would typically get dopamine from.
Dopamine is gone.
Yeah, totally. That's the worst part of it, where it's like the things that I used to enjoy, I just don't feel anything anymore.
TV shows suck. Nothing. And like in my brain, I'm like, oh, here, listen to this. And like the only person whose voice is like somewhat tolerable is Rachel Maddow from, the news. Yeah. She has books and podcasts. Thank fucking God. Because she's literally the only voice that like I can hear you and talk to you and I can kind of feed off of your dopamine.
Yeah.
I can't really feed off of like client dopamine or other people. And besides you and Caboose, I cannot handle anyone else, because the amount of like strain that people like just asking questions or like wanting stuff.
Oh my God, tell me about it. I'm sorry.
I literally can't do it. So
my feet went numb, so I had to change positions.
I know, I had to go like shift to the side.
Where it's like that like social norm and that like expectancy of like having to conversate in a conversation that you are not getting any dopamine from.
Oh, yeah.
And like you're like not even being an asshole. It's one of those things where like I wish I could like be in this conversation with my clients. I've felt that before where I'm like, I really wish I could be in this conversation with you, but like I'm so disconnected from reality.
Yeah.
That like I just don't feel anything, and I'm just trying my best.
Walking feels weird. Like it's totally. Like I'm just like nothing feels real.
That like weird state of restlessness too, but also like exhaustion.
Yeah.
Where like you're restless because nothing is stimulating you. But you're exhausted because everything's too much.
Yeah, I've just been sleeping all the time.
Totally.
I'm like, I just can't. I just literally can't. And so like, I'm just like, just fucking please everyone.
Tough winter season.
Thank you so much, but leave me alone. I cannot socialize. Like,
thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, you and Caboose like are literally the only 2 people. It was really bad, but like when I'm with you guys, and like luckily like we started playing Animal Crossing. I was actually like the most engaged with my client today because I was like telling her about Animal Crossing.
I love
God, I forgot, because Caboose gets up for like 4 a.m. at work, and I'm awake because I'm coughing to death. And I was telling Caboose about how we named our island.
Oh yes, I cannot pronounce it, and I will remember how to pronounce it later, but it is the actual name of New Zealand.
And I just got embarrassed, and we're currently learning Maori, and I do not want to mispronounce
I'm getting
stuff.
stage fright right now. So if you guys look it up, it starts with an A.
Yes,
it's very
that's
cool.
the correct name for New Zealand. The moment I can vote, I will absolutely vote and petition to change that for the rest of the world, so it can stop being called New Zealand.
Yeah. This is just what it's called.
But
now.
we that was like probably the highlight of my day. And then this morning I was telling Caboose about how we have to like pay like 47,000 bells, and how we were like laying out
the loan.
The island. And then I was like, I cannot believe that it is 4:00 in the morning and I'm talking about Animal Crossing.
That makes me so happy.
And so I was like, Callie and I gotta hustle. I was like, I gotta work. I'm gonna come home. We're gonna record a podcast. There you go. I was like, and
weeds.
then I was like, then we'll do some t-shirts. We got some like merch we gotta make. I was like, so we can give out gift boxes.
Got some boxes to do.
I was like, but I was like, that might happen first thing on Christmas Eve, because We got fucking weeds to pull. We got fish to get. We got to fucking... And let me just state...
$49,000 loan that we got to pay off.
Bitch, we can pay that shit off in like an hour.
We didn't consent to that, though. That's the thing.
Well, that's because this is the most capitalistic, like, American fucking game.
Truly.
That they're just like, hey, you live here, give me money.
Yeah.
The fact that man gave you a phone and then charged you for it.
Yeah, he gave me a phone that I didn't ask for and then charged me for it. But then
he gave you a tent, then charged you for that.
Gave me all the responsibilities naming the island, placing the animals. Like
that's what I was telling Caboose this morning. You guys didn't know you were setting for an Animal Crossing conversation. But
I love this episode. It's like my favorite one. So
this morning I'm telling Caboose, I was like looking up the structure of like the way it works because like you always say Tom Nook's a crook.
Yes, and he sure is.
And so I just got scared Tom Nook was gonna fucking sue me, and I have to remember he's a character.
That's fine.
I'm so used to like Donald fucking shitbag suing everyone now.
Tom Nook, well, yeah, totally.
I was like, I don't want to get fucking hit with a
Tom Nook,
case.
like Luigi's after you, dude.
Yeah, yeah, Luigi's coming for you, motherfucker. But Callie was like, I don't understand. I didn't sign up for any of this, which also feels like fucking so symbolic of where I've been at lately. Where I'm like, stop. I don't want to be the strong friend. I don't want to be the fucking
totally.
I don't want to be this person that has all the strength. I'm a fucking human being. I'm not your mother. Leave me alone.
Yes, at the end of the day, I am a human being with my own feelings.
Yeah, with my own feelings, my own shit, and I did not ask for these responsibilities. Everyone keeps dumping on me.
Totally.
And so, like, Ballista is your character's name.
Mm-hmm. Ballista.
Wait, can other people play with us?
Yeah, I can give out my friend code, and then you can come visit the island if you want.
Yeah.
We're in the Southern Hemisphere, by the way.
Yes, we're in the Southern Hemisphere. So. If you play and you want to come visit us, I am fully invested in this. This is currently alcohol. That's why I'm also this animated right now.
Yes.
She'll attest to the fact that I stopped modulating my voice during my depressive state. Alcohol is doing you guys a big favor. Otherwise, this would be a really shitty episode.
It would be very
and I would just be here being like, okay.
We had to place the animals, and Callista typically that's how it would go.
Oh, yeah. This bitch lets them choose their housing.
I don't know how to format a town. I'm not good at that part.
I do, because I'm a nerd and I discovered that YouTube, which I hated for a very long time, has a lot of educational things, and you can watch like the infrastructure. Oh my God, it's great. You can watch architecture, history, everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm a big YouTube person.
Because it's informational now.
Yeah, because it's educational. It's not some
like
fucked hard fucking making dumb shit.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that, which is hilarious because that's what we're doing with our podcast. But whatever. So so the best part about this is I like video games, but I don't want to do the hand stuff. Mm-hmm. That's like part of like my like autism is like my hands don't like to touch stuff and they get sweaty. Mm-hmm. It's partly why I'm like not like on my phone a ton.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, because then like they'll get sweat, and then you. And also like if you touch it and the surface doesn't feel correct at that point. And
certain controllers are just awkward to hold.
The only controller I ever vibed with was an Xbox controller.
Yeah, because they're like are fat. It weighs a good amount, and it also just like molds to the curve of your hands.
But also like I am the type of person that I'll get angry and I'll throw it. And I'll hit a TV, and I'm also that's why I have to voice control everything. Like that's why I loved the Xbox. Right. We currently have like a Google TV, but we're gonna put She Who Will Not Be Named will go back on it.
Yes,
because that interface is better for me. Also, I work better if I can just voice command things.
Totally.
Because like I was trying to type in to fucking find a TV show yesterday, and Caboose had to take the remote away. Because I was just, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, you're like...
I don't have enough dopamine in me to do this shit.
And it can't carry me through this task.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing this. Mm-hmm. But when we were playing, I like got on the floor because there's a little map in the corner.
It's
and
very
I'm like
collaborative.
Out. Yeah, and it's dope because I don't have to do the hands, but I can be like, go back over this direction. There's a peach tree there. Get the peaches there.
Right, and then I'm like, okay, do you think this is like too close? Should we like, aim that tent
there's a lot of like strategy
lower?
In the way I play. And it's great because this psychopath just lets them put their shit. So her first island, chaos. I hated it, and I was like, I don't think this is a good game.
A Taco Bell sign, like out
you
there
have
for
beach
like
equipment on the gym or
no
on the
gym
beach.
Equipment.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I'm flipping.
Outside furniture that shouldn't be outside. So funny.
And you had so much debt.
And then I had a lot of debt. Because I kept buying clothes instead of like paying off my loan.
No.
Because I want to look cute. And
Okay, and we can do that. We'll get this first loan. You can buy an outfit.
Right.
And then we're going to fucking invest in our house and we're going to fucking
like that.
get it set up because if people come to visit us in the
Right.
Southern Hemisphere in
yeah.
nope.
I can't say it either. I'm getting like yeah. That's basically what it is. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't want to look it up either because guess what? This is my podcast. It's my rules. I don't give a fuck.
I can mostly spell it actually. Caboose is coughing if you can hear
I
that.
thought he burped for a second. I thought it was
No.
just a burp in the background. Like yeah. Also, still healing from that. So far, I might have been touched. I might be asymptomatic for this one. I don't know. I could be a carrier and not even know
I'm so
it.
fucking happy you weren't hella sick.
Dude, me too. Because I was not about to miss a day at work. I'm so sorry
I would
you had
only
to.
wish this on my enemies.
No, for real.
Because if like I would take COVID 100% again.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because again, at least with COVID, you're like feeling like really horrible for like 3 days max.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there starts to be like a incline where you're like, okay, I'm feeling like better. With this, it was just a solid just shitstorm.
Yeah, I'm at 2 weeks out and I'm still, like I said, coughing so much.
Yeah,
and then the shitty part is like, yeah, because you cough so hard, you then like throw up.
Trigger that gag reflex and everything.
And it's so and I'm like, I guess the best part about it is I get to gentle parent myself. So I'm just there just like, it's okay.
You're exercising that gentle parenting.
But then like this morning I just got mad and was yelling at myself. And then I remembered you were home and I was like, oh, whoops. Because I'm just like, for fuck's sake. And Caboose like came in the room giving me like cough drops and coffee. And he's like,
That's
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
I put in headphones sometime during the night and then like I just like drifted off to sleep and then I fell asleep like listening to like EDM music, which is not the music.
That's so impressive.
I don't know how I fell asleep during that music because my sleep playlist was not hitting. I was too into my sleep playlist. I'm like, oh, this is so sad. I'm a sad girl. This is like so good. And then I'm like, no, you need to go to sleep.
I can fall asleep to music. But Rachel has a fucking, that bitch has such a good voice. You guys, it's so, and it's talking about Nazis and communism in the U.S.
Totally.
And
you're like, hell yeah.
The corruption that has always been this government.
Dude. And talk about like I don't know, people waking up because of Luigi.
Oh, yeah.
Hero. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
You can quote me on that. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that we're finally all collectively having a conversation about how the state of this country is and why it is the way that it is.
100%.
Yeah, agreed, period. But what was this episode supposed to be?
It was supposed to be about Christmas. Okay, so let's finally get to Christmas after 20 minutes.
Yes.
So Caboose made these awesome cranberries. He soaked them in champagne and orange juice overnight. Apparently that didn't do anything, but we'll be able to report back on the next episode.
I guess he also like drank it, right?
Well, yeah, because it's just a mimosa. But so Callie now thinks she likes cranberries.
Yeah, I was like, these are
because then you bake them and you put powdered sugar on them.
Yeah.
If you want the recipe, I don't know, hit him up. But his handle is Sodonaut.
Yeah.
On Instagram. So just send him a message
They're
randomly.
Like crack.
He probably won't respond.
These things
or
are
just
so
look it up yourself. Because he found it on the internet. But yeah, they've been eating them. They're like nature sour candy.
You could see the bowl was full at one point and now it's
yesterday.
Sparse. Yeah, it was only yesterday.
But so Callie, right before the episode, and I wanted to do it Christmas themed, and then of course we had to update you on life, but we will now talk about Christmas and like our newfound love of the holidays when you don't interact with family.
That's pretty great.
So, but she was like, oh my God, I love cranberries. And Caboose was like, no, you don't. And
like,
so she's never eaten an actual fresh cranberry.
No. So I'm going to do that right here, right now.
That was a good cranberry.
Oh, no.
That's what happens if I laugh.
Oh.
Yeah? Do you like cranberries?
I don't think... I couldn't eat it alone. Like, I couldn't go for... Oh, no, another one came out of the bag. Leave me alone. I could not
I'm going to turn that into actual cranberry sauce.
Oh, even really? Though we don't have cranberry sauce?
Yeah, because I'm not a fucking psychopath. I'm not eating it. Look,
no, I like
you know how
I feel. Out of the can.
Nothing out of a can. Nothing out of a fucking box.
Love it.
Mashed potatoes out of the box are one of the most disgusting things in the world.
So good.
Box mashed potatoes? No, ma'am. The only time I'm eating box mashed potatoes.
Stuffing?
No, well, look, I've seen box stuffing. I'm fine with that. Because that's like
it's like the perfect amount of shitty.
Yeah, like that one's okay.
It's like pizza.
And like cranberry sauce out of a can is fine, but like it does not top. Like, I'm going to make actual cranberry sauce. I'll have to start it tonight, but like, you'll get to experience it, and then you'll understand they're technically two separate things. So if you like it, that's fine, whatever. I'm not going to come for you. If you like boxed mashed potatoes, I'm coming for you. That's disgusting.
For sure.
That's not mashed potatoes. The same way that like the shitty Parmesan that I eat copious amounts of is not cheese, and to say it's cheese is rude. It's the same thing with boxed mashed potatoes. If you say that that's mashed potatoes, you're a fucking
That's
asshole.
rude.
That's rude. Those are not. Also, actual mashed potatoes take no time to make. They are so fucking easy. It's ridiculous.
I can't do it. No.
Actual mashed potatoes?
I'm not going to make those. No. I want it out of the box. If you expect me to bring mashed potatoes, it's going to be out of the box.
Well, then you don't bring mashed potatoes. I love that you will do the most intricate. You make fucking gyoza. You do it. You make crab mac and cheese.
Labor of love, baby.
But you won't fucking boil some potato. It's literally boiling a potato.
No, because I know
it's
what
like
I want.
macaroni.
Yeah, but it's not as fun. That's where our cultures clash. I'm like, I'm not like, we didn't do like we weren't big potato people unless it was Thanksgiving. And then it was like, yeah, this is out of the box.
What? It's okay, so you eat it once a fucking year. Make the effort.
Yeah, dude, no. That wasn't it for us.
Mm-mm.
But I'm excited to try it. Like,
we're going to break the fucking internet with this. People are going to have a fucking massive divide on like...
Yeah. Oh, can I ask? So one of my clients had told me that their homemade cranberry sauce comes with like a lot of cinnamon. Is that true? Okay. Because it sounded wrong when I heard it. I'm not calling you out, by the way. I'm just saying.
If that's your jam, that's fine.
Before.
Once again, I eat. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I love shitty Kraft Parmesan. It has to be Kraft.
Yes.
And the green fucking.
And the green. You guys know what we're talking about. The green
I don't get the little
bottle.
one. Well,
not a bottle. It's like a plastic container.
It's a plastic container.
Yeah.
When I was like doing macros, like weighed it out because, you know, you're counting calories to like a minute level.
Yes.
And my average serving for that is 5 servings.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but also that's my favorite.
And also it's actually really macro friendly.
Yeah, it's very macro friendly.
She's super friendly.
It's not cheese, I will admit that.
No.
But it is high in protein. No carbs, obviously, and low in fat.
I tried to do the loose serving and I couldn't do it. Like,
I was
like,
it's inedible for anyone else, but it's literally just how my palate works. So maybe their cranberry sauce, like a heavy amount of cinnamon. I don't like a lot of cinnamon personally. I do like cinnamon, but I don't like a heavy amount.
Well, cinnamon and cranberries to me too sounds like a risky road because they're two like really big flavors.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, that like sounds like risque.
Yeah, no.
There's a fight happening and you can't taste anything else.
My secret to cranberry sauce is just a slight amount of vanilla.
Oh,
it elevates the whole thing.
I believe that.
It's like macaroni and cheese. You have to put mustard in it.
For sure.
I did put way too much mustard this last time, but whatever. That shit happens.
I ate it. It was good.
Yeah. But like, you just put a slight amount of vanilla in there. And otherwise it's just like boiling for a long time and lots of sugar because as you can tell, that's what makes those cranberries good is the copious amounts of sugar actual cranberries are not delicious.
No.
But they are really good for you.
I mean, they're good. Here's the thing. Like, I ate it and it was really fucking tart and just like bitter, but also like it didn't kill me. No. I would rank a regular cranberry probably like a solid like 7 out of 10.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
But well, yeah, I can still eat it. It's still edible. And if I were forced to, if I had like a gun to my head, I could eat those easy.
Oh well, yeah, you have a gun to your head, so you better fucking eat anything. I don't want you to die.
Eat anything easily, please, and thank you. Christmas.
Yes. Well, cranberries are Christmas related. That's why I wanted you to eat a cranberry on here.
Absolutely.
Also, because I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what's your favorite Christmas tradition that you do?
Okay, so my favorite tradition, we're not doing it this year because we're not doing like any sort of presents. Caboose fucked me up so bad this morning because...
Did he get you something?
No, thank God.
Okay.
But he told me he did. He's like, I'm sorry I didn't get you a present. And I was like, we're literally not doing presents. Like, that's not happening. We
had a discussion about it.
Yeah. I don't like people that give presents. If I don't know, like, I don't like a surprise, but I don't like presents. You guys, if you've been around here for a long time, you know I have a lot of present trauma and I don't like presents.
No.
I would rather you fucking write me a nice card.
That's always been your thing.
Or take me to eat.
Yep.
But not a present. Like the only person, and this Caboose knows, so he's not going to be offended. The only person that's allowed to give me presents is you, because you're the only person that like there's zero like shit where if I'm like I hate it, and I've literally never hated anything you've given me.
I'm also like I've made it.
You're
clear
the Leslie
enough.
Knope of gift giving.
Thank you.
You nail it every time. Caboose doesn't nail it every time, but now it's funny. So if he gives me a gift and he doesn't, we have a strong enough relationship that it's hilarious.
That you can bear the weight of that. And that's the thing too, is like when you give presents, I don't think a lot of people have the skill. When you gift a present, whatever happens to that present afterwards is none of your fucking business. It doesn't matter afterwards.
Well, and I don't want to open it in front of you. I don't like the surprise. I just don't want a fucking gift ever.
Yeah.
And it's hard because people want to give gifts because that's what they think is love, but it freaks me the fuck out. And so like we've had a lot of clients giving gifts at the moment, and thank God all of them have been amazing in the fact that they're just like, I know you're moving, sorry.
Yeah.
I bought this before I knew. And then they don't make me open it. Like they're amazing for that. But
everyone's just like, you do whatever you need
they're
to
like,
do
you
with
can get rid of it. We know you're moving. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But like actually, if I had it my way, the removing of giving gifts for the rest of my life would be the most amazing thing. But my actual favorite tradition is us going around the house, stealing other people's shit. Because I do like the act of, I love the way presents look under the tree.
Yes.
Although the bucket wrapped in a blanket is taking up enough bulk that like I don't need it.
Yeah.
And because I'm very anti-consumerism.
Wait, hold on. Okay, did we talk about the tree yet?
I haven't talked about the tree.
Talk about the tree. Back up for a second.
I'm a depressed person. I had to get rid of all of my holiday decorations.
Which made it worse for your
sans
depression.
one tub, and that put me in a level of depression that I cannot explain. That, like she said, like walking is weird. I'm monotone. I've got nothing.
Yeah. You can't even have Christmas?
Yeah, I can't have Christmas. And no matter how you feel about it, it's not a religious holiday for me. It's not about gifts. It's literally that like the part of me that gets charged up by dopamine of like the lights, the decorations, the whole vibe. I love Christmas music. I love Christmas movies. The entire thing. I love it. Especially, and we'll get to this in a second, when you remove family or obligations. It is the most magical thing. I love driving down the street and there are Christmas lights. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. It's my favorite time of year besides Halloween because I like anything where you're decorating. I want to commit to a bit. And so when we got rid of all of our decorations, it was really hard for me. And so like starting back in like October when we started clearing stuff out, I was just spiraling into depression. I didn't realize how bad it would get. This has been the worst time. Granted, I haven't wanted to kill myself because I know that like there's a bright future, but I just have no dopamine because my house sucks.
Yep.
And we didn't decorate for Halloween either.
No, also hard.
So, and like all of my lawn ornaments, like, so then every time I come home, my house is like everyone else's house who didn't decorate for fucking Christmas.
It's like somber, yeah.
It's like shitty and like, what the fuck?
Plain.
It's already like crappy here. We live in a fucking dead place. It sucks. So we did spend $15 to decorate the outside. We just got a couple, they're flat so they can go with us.
Yep.
But I realized when I was like when Caboose was really concerned and then you had like said that where you're like, I miss my friend. Like I'm fucking so like concerned about you.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? We have a bucket. We have 2 Lowe's buckets. So technically it's 2 Lowe's buckets, but they've been spray painted pink because we use them as trash cans for the shop when we go to events. But we're not taking them with us. We have a roll of duct tape and I'm getting a fucking Christmas tree. And because I had gotten rid of all of our lights and we're trying to not spend money and I'm trying to not to fucking like, you know, pay into consumerism.
Yeah.
So Caboose and I were like, you know what? We're going to do that. We found lights that we can also use in New Zealand. And so we got those. So that was like $30. And then I spent $15 at the dollar store to get tinsel and then like little plastic bulbs.
Yep.
And we got Rupert because one of my favorite traditions, not my favorite, it is the gift giving. I'll get back to that in a second.
Yep.
One of my favorite things is that we always get a live tree, but the thing that sucks about a live tree is that you can't actually put proper ornaments on it because the limbs are really weak. But I had to set up our Christmas tree growing up every year. I was the person that had to do it. And as someone who's autistic and has a lot of tactile stuff, like Calista can attest, I can feel things on like a level that's like a fucking, I don't know, like a spider.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the amount of like, I don't know, we tried it with like fabric.
Yeah.
And you're like, do you see the difference between this and this? And like, it just in between your fingertips. And I'm like, no, it feels the same to me. Like that's crazy.
As someone that has a lot of stuff and now I like recognize that these things about me. So instead of just being angry and stressed out and frustrated, I'm like, you know what? I don't need to put like a shit ton of stuff on a tree. I'm just going to get a regular Christmas tree. They cost $50. And so we've been doing it. And Caboose always wanted to, like, because we both grew up poor. So we grew up with shitty plastic trees. And then once we were able to, like, you know, spend the $50 to buy a Christmas tree, we buy a Christmas tree. And it's super fun and cute because then at the end of, like, during January, I get to cut our Christmas tree down and I cut it into tiny little pieces so I can, like, bag it up and give it to him and he can dispose of it. But I enjoy the cutting it up. I like the whole process.
You like naming them when you see them?
Well, they speak to me.
Oh,
so
okay.
we go into Lowe's. We typically get them at Lowe's. And or like, because they don't have local tree farms here because once again, Reno sucks. That'll be a future episode.
I'm having another one of these. Sorry.
You're good. Eat them. I don't give a shit. So
ASMR.
we go in. I always pick out our Christmas tree. Caboose has no say because it is purely vibe based. And I love a Christmas tree that just speaks to me. And sometimes they are gorgeous and big and fluffy. And sometimes,
most of the time,
95% of the time, I think they're beautiful and I see no flaws. And then Caboose talks about how they'll be missing giant sections in them. And
the one that you brought home is balding at the top.
He's perfect. I love him.
He's great. I've really grown to enjoy
his name is
him.
Rupert.
Yes.
I always give them a hug in the store so other people can enjoy me, a grown-ass fucking woman with a pink mohawk.
Yeah, hugging
a tree.
Yeah.
And I
the chosen
always
one.
Yeah, the chosen one, because there's no like debating. Like it's very much just you just walk up and you're like, this is our guy. And every single year, sans 1 year, which is why I'm like 95% of the time, 95% of the time, it's not an appealing tree to someone else, but it's the most appealing tree to me. Caboose always is like, this one? And then he will critique the ever-living shit out of the tree. And I'm like, I don't care. This is Rupert. This is our tree. They're not always named Rupert. They have different names every year. They have their own names. They have their own spirits.
They speak
I
to
love
you.
them. Yes.
Then
I bring them home. And then I decorate them. And then Caboose is always surprised. Typically, we have a lot more decorations. I'm looking at Rupert right now. He doesn't have a star because our star plugged in. The top of him is
balding.
Amazingly Charlie Brown. And he's duct taped into a bucket.
Yeah.
And then I just wrapped that bucket in a fluffy blanket and I said, this is our tree. And it was so good because as Caboose and I are duct taping it into a bucket, he just put rocks in. And then I was like, we'll just keep duct taping him. Then we got bored. So he does lean some. So you just have to like adjust him every once in a while.
He leans hard.
Yeah.
Rupert's drunk permanently.
Yeah. So like right now he's leaned like towards the window, but if he leans towards like Guinness's chair, then I have to like adjust him because I don't want him to fall on Guinness.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. It like makes me happy to see.
And I love
if you want to see it, go to my Instagram, look at the goblin post that I made of Callie. And that's
funny
our tree.
song, by the way. Great song.
Dude, I was really proud of that.
Yeah.
I like
that
clicked on
made me
it
laugh.
and because your little bun's outside your thing. But yeah, so we have currently, which is actually, I think, one of my favorite Christmas trees. And I photograph my Christmas trees every year because once again, it's my vibe. I love Christmas. I love the process of decorating. The whole thing makes me so happy.
The
lights. Yeah. It's magic. I get really depressed in January when I have to take it all down. But I'm also not the type of person, I can't leave that shit up all year round. Props to you if you can. Right. I am very like seasonally based and also like I need to keep a clean aesthetic.
Yeah. There's a time where it needs to go away.
Yeah.
Presents though.
Oh, yes. So my favorite tradition is you go around the house and you steal other people's shit.
Yes.
And you can't get caught. They can't know you took it because that's not fun.
Well, yeah, because then they know the presents from you.
Yeah, exactly. Because then they know what's under the tree. So you go around and you sneakily steal their shit and then you wrap it up and they get to open it up. Right. And it started because right before we moved to Reno, we obviously weren't buying things. We were moving across the country.
Yep.
And so I wanted to, but like my friend Mike at the time had just like got his own place. So Caboose and I like went all out on buying a bunch of shit for Mike because we both were like gift givers, which is hilarious that I hate gifts.
But you would love to give
I love to give gifts mostly just because I like to wrap presents, not because like I necessarily care, but so like we had I'd individually wrapped every single utensil. Just because I think it's so funny when people also are like, oh my God, I have more shit to unwrap. And because I grew up in a family where my mom always had to have the most presents. And then you're awkwardly sitting there because we do the 1-1-1-1-1.
Super awkward.
Which I also love the 1-1-1 of opening presents. I don't like everyone like going in together like
Yeah.
a barbarian. Like it's very like
let's take turns and like enjoy this.
I want to like enjoy it. I want to see your reaction. I want to make sure because I'm very thoughtful with gifts. But I like to like see people's reactions because typically I'm pretty solid with gifts as well. I'm not Leslie Knope, but I'm pretty solid.
You're great. Yeah.
So I like to like watch that reaction. I like to have a discussion about it. I like to talk to you about it. Like it's a very like long process on Christmas morning. This year we're gonna take the pictures of the dogs instead.
Yes.
That's gonna be like take the place of like the wrap because I've got one roll of wrapping paper.
Yeah, because like again, we didn't want to spend the money on like
Yes.
and you always have wrapping paper left over, and then at that point it's like, do I really want to fucking move this like tube of wrapping paper?
I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
but that's my favorite tradition is you go around, you steal other people's shit. And I did that year purely because Caboose and I didn't have gifts because we were trying not to buy stuff. And I didn't want Mike to just sit there and open because that's also awkward when you're the one person opening shit and like no one else has a present. So I like to keep it really even. And so I had stolen Caboose's left slipper that morning and wrapped it. And he was like going outside to like pick up, dog poo and then go check the mail. And he was like, where the fuck? I can't find my left slipper. And I am an amazing liar. And was like, I don't know, dude. You fucking lose shit all the time. It's on you. And so then Mike came over a little bit later. Caboose opened his left slipper. And the way that he laughed so hard. And he was like, I seriously thought that I lost this fucking thing.
Yeah, genuinely. I was like, when did I lose it?
Yeah.
How did I lose it? Where was it last?
But it was like not a mean prank, but like a really funny prank.
Yeah.
And then I also, because he was doing CrossFit all the time and he was doing weightlifting and was always running out of like K-tape, like the tape for his thumbs.
Yeah.
And I had wrapped his tape, like a package of his tape, and he was so excited because he thought I bought him a new one, which I did buy after that. But it wasn't
shit.
because he was like, oh my God, you got me more tape. Like, I need more tape. Thank you so much. And I did not. I just wrapped his existing tape. And he loves to tell that story because it punked him so hard. So that's my favorite tradition is going around the house, stealing other people's shit.
Yes.
Wrapping it up and then making them open their own stuff.
I have to say, not only as your friend, but also as your roommate, it is like probably my favorite tradition that you've introduced to me.
Thanks.
Because it is the like in the most like non-selfish way possible, like the most cost effective, but also like just like it doesn't take that many spoons. You're not spending any money.
Yeah.
You're not spending the mental labor of thinking, oh God, is this going to be a good gift?
No, it's a guaranteed good gift.
Guaranteed good gift. And I did not realize how much dopamine there is in just like unwrapping a present.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I actually cared about.
Exactly.
And like I had no idea that that's what I care. I didn't care about you going out and buying me shit.
I don't want a
I just
present.
like to open.
Yeah, I just want to open.
And I like to see it. I like to see it wrapped. And then I like to open.
Yeah,
and,
that's the most fun part.
That's
and
the
then
best
like
part.
we all put really funny sayings on it. So it'll be like Cali Cow and then,
yes, absolutely.
then you draw some like really racist offensive pictures.
I know, of myself.
Of herself
From
that
the
we
house
could not
Asian.
do. Yeah, from the house Asian, shit like
to
that.
the white one with pink hair. Like so
and like Caboose likes to like do the same thing. I'm like very boring. I'm just like to Callie.
Yes.
To my husband. But like Caboose also likes to write funny sayings. So you guys get to giggle at that.
Yes.
And then I love the like handing out of the presents, but I never want
fun.
the thing. Like I almost said I'm 38, but I'm technically still 37. I'm 37. If I want something, same as like you're an adult. If you want something, you're just gonna fucking open it. But seeing all the presents under the tree is such a magical thing with me with the papers because I'm very like cohesive with it. And I love the actual process of wrapping paper. It's very methodical. So I love the like
I like it too.
unwrapping.
But because I'm bad at it.
Oh, dude, you're terrible.
I know.
And then
like
you
it
put 90% of shit in a bag.
Yeah, it's so crumply and like fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, if one side looks okay, then that's fine. And then the
mine
rest
gets
of it
like
looks
progressively
horrible.
worse because I start out like, yes. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm out of dopamine now.
Yeah, I don't-
And then it just like garbage. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever, I don't care. Open that shit.
It's all crinkly.
And then I just turn it, like I arrange them because
Yep.
once again, I want that like beautiful aesthetic. But like I don't want new items.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely could go the rest of my life and no one buy me a single goddamn thing except for food. If you want to buy me something, buy me food. A good friend just bought me coffee.
Yes.
And it was amazing because if you know me, I love coffee.
Good present.
And
Anything
coffee
edible.
and candy. It was coffee and candy. Yeah. Anything edible. We got a Kringle. Reno
Kringle.
Tattoo Co.
Reno
Reno Tattoo Laser Removal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Reno Tattoo Co. Reno Tattoo Laser Removal dropped off a fucking Kringle.
So sweet.
I did not know I love a Kringle. I fucking love a Kringle.
I don't know what the fuck a Kringle was. I just thought that they, like, when they were like, yeah, you got
marzipan.
You got a Kringle. And I was like, is that just a silly name for a present? That's kind of what I thought it was. I'm like, oh, are you going to sing to me? What's going to happen? And then they dropped it off, and it was so sweet because we brought it home. It was almond Kringle, and I've never had a Kringle before, and it was good. Oh, so good.
It's good. Great. So, like, if you ever want to give me stuff, give me food.
Yes. Because I'm not going to spend the money on a Kringle.
No, I'd never had one. I didn't know I wanted it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's safe. Well, but because it was free, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, with the coffee, he gave me fucking Snickers.
And we got sour Skittles.
Yeah, and sour Skittles.
Was perfect.
And like, I was fucking on the plane sick, and that was the only thing I could eat that like felt okay. That might be why I can't eat the sour candy cranberries right now.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's my favorite tradition. What is your favorite tradition?
Another one that you introduced to me, which is the only things that we really do buy each other is stocking stuffers.
Which this year we don't have stockings anymore, so we're just gonna have to put them in actual socks. I'm very excited for that.
Fucking funny. Yeah. That is really fucking funny.
Yeah, everyone has to lay out their socks, which is going to be great because you have midget socks.
I know.
So we're going to need multiple socks.
Okay.
But I've already thought about how to fix that because I was like, we don't have stockings anymore. And
can I just like lay out my Crocs and then you guys can shove shit in my Crocs?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll shove shit in Cabooses' boot.
Crocking stuffers, yeah.
We all have Crocs, so we'll lay out our Crocs.
Yeah, lay out our Crocs.
So we'll do crocking stuffers. You guys just got introduced to a brand new tradition, which is crocking stuffers.
So when you don't...
Now I'm not going to buy stockings next year.
When you don't have stockings.
You don't have stockings, just shove them in your Crocs.
And so, yeah, that's what I really enjoy that you also introduced to me. We go to World Market. And then
I'll tell you the story behind that too.
Like secretly, I'm sure there's like an origin story.
There is an origin story.
But yeah, we secretly, even though we're all shopping together, we're like, don't look in my basket.
Yeah. So the goal is no one can see what you're buying for them.
Yes.
And then you have, because I'll talk about the origin in a second, but then you have a budget of $20.
Yeah.
We don't abide by that. We don't care.
No.
But like you try to keep it like low.
Well, I mean,
you don't want to be expensive.
Everything at World Market that's really easy. Yeah. It's manageable. Like you can get a couple things per person if you really wanted to.
Yeah. So we try to do that so that way, you then have stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
And you get the surprise because that's that part about like, you know everything. You don't know what's been stolen from you. And so you get to unwrap, but then you get the couple new things and it's a really fun, like.
It's perfect.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
I like that, like, at World Market, most of the things are also edible.
Yes.
And they're silly things that, like, you wouldn't typically buy.
I don't think we ever buy things that aren't edible.
I don't think so
It's all just fucking candy that we like.
It's all candy. It's literally all candy and food. Last year I got, it was blue cheese stuffed olives, which, like, again, I wouldn't have bought for...
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I got those.
Exactly. I wouldn't have bought it for myself because I would have felt guilty. I'm like, I'm not going to spend the money on it because somebody else bought it for me, I was like, work. They were so
nice.
good.
Yeah. I was like, that bitch likes olives. I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah. I got you this like polar bear, like hot chocolate thing.
Yes.
That was just really cute. And then,
and then it was hilarious because then we poured fucking hot milk on it, and he's like,
deformed, and you're just watching it die in front of you. Super sad, but also funny. And then I got Caboose hot pickles, which I thought was just a really silly thing.
And he loved them.
Yeah, very silly to get for Christmas. So that's probably my favorite one that you've introduced. What's the origin story behind that one?
So when I was young, my mom and I would go to Walmart at like the middle of the night.
Which they're not open.
No, they're not opening, which is good. They shouldn't be open. It's fucking Christmas Eve. Right. Let people have time off.
Yes.
But I still remember the very first year. This is a really sweet story too. The very first year that Caboose and I went to Walmart in the middle of the night, and I went to go pick up stocking stuffers. And I went by myself because he was at work still. Because he worked night shift.
Yeah.
And then I was going to pick up hot chocolate and stocking stuffers. And then I went on the internet and complained because I didn't know that Walmart was no longer doing that, because I'd done it every single year since I was about 11.
Yeah.
Like every
year.
Where
was the memo for this?
Yeah. Nobody fucking said, hey, by the way, Walmart's going to be closed.
Yeah.
And I would go in the middle of the night, and then I like complained on Facebook. But I was like, what the fuck? Now I can't even get a fucking hot chocolate. And then on Christmas morning, I woke up and there was a box of like hot chocolate mix on our door, because one of my clients in South Carolina, like the client turned friend situation, was a police officer, and he was on duty. And of course it's South Carolina on Christmas Eve. Like, there's not a lot of crime.
Yeah, he was chilling.
So he went to a store and got hot chocolate and dropped it off on our door.
Which is so
and like
sweet.
that made it like one of those even more like beautiful things because I was like, oh my God,
You're
that's
on the
so
nice
sweet.
list. Like that was very,
Like,
very
and I
sweet.
took a picture of it. It comes up every year on Christmas morning. I took a picture of like it on our front porch because it was like genuine. It felt the most like Christmas magic.
Magical, yeah.
Where I was just angry that I was like, I can't believe they're off, but also they should be off. We should not have people working.
But also,
on
I'm
holidays.
really bummed. Like, why didn't anyone tell me?
Yeah, like I really just wanted hot chocolate. Which is funny because I've discovered I don't actually like hot chocolate.
Same.
I like one sip, and that's literally it.
Yeah, the one sip is good. The first one's always good.
Yeah, that's it. The second one, it's just ugh.
Yeah, goes downhill from there. Can't do it anymore. That's how I know I'm growing up.
Yeah. But yeah, so my mom and I would go and pick out all the stocking stuffers at Walmart the night before Christmas and like pick up any last minute stuff.
Yep.
Because it wasn't busy.
Yeah.
And like she, you know, worked a ton.
And that's like fun, you know?
And then, yeah, I would always go with her and it was like a special thing that like we had together. And so when Caboose and I were first together, like we were very, like very poor. And that's where the $20 budget came in because $20 was a lot of money for us. So then we would go, same thing, to Walmart on Christmas Eve, like late at night. And then you couldn't let the other person see. And it was because the whole budget I had for Christmas that first year was $20. I was like, I don't have any money. Like, I can't pay my rent.
Yeah,
like,
what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. So I had gotten a $20 tip from a client like when I was working as a receptionist, like at my tattoo shop, they give me a $20 tip. And then I was like, this is a way to solve that problem. As I was like, babe, it's a $20 budget. It's literally all I had. Like all the money I had. And I was like, it's $20 budget. And then we went and we picked out stocking stuffers for each other. And like, we're like, this is all we have.
It's resourceful too. It's like, it not only is it reasonable, but it's also resourceful.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
okay,
then
great.
like over time, we then were like, okay, well now we have like a little bit more money, but that like keeping it within kind of a budget makes it like a fun game. Because then you have to, it like
that's part of the joy of it.
from like, you know, something I did with my mom where we would like pick out stuff for my brothers. Because like one thing my mom definitely got right in parenting is that like because first off, I disagree with the idea of Santa. I think it's fucked up. If you have questions, I'll send you a reel that explains it perfectly from a guy who doesn't teach his kids about Santa. But something my mom got right, because obviously we all believed in Santa,
right,
was that when my oldest brother like found out about like Santa not being real, she then like got him in on the magic of like creating the magic for my middle brother and I.
Let's like try it.
And then when my middle brother found out Santa wasn't real because I was the youngest, she got him in on the magic.
Yep.
And so then when I found out Santa wasn't real, I got to like help with that. And so like I loved that going to Walmart, and it was like always pretty fucking dead. And so it was like my mom and I just had the whole store to ourselves, and we would go and pick up all the stuff, and like most of it we couldn't afford, but like you'd get to go pick out like a couple little things for yourself.
Yep.
Because as an autistic person, I work much better like being very in control of my presents, i.e. don't give me presents unless it's food or coffee.
There you go.
But yeah, Ian fucking, I just said his name. Sorry. Sorry if that bothers you. But like he nailed that fucking coffee. It was great. Every morning Caboose was like giving me coffee and I'm like, God, he fucking nailed this. And it felt like a cup of love. Because if you've heard me rant about coffee, I fucking love it so much.
Oh yeah, that's our favorite beverage.
It is literally my favorite beverage. But yeah, and so that's where it started. And I was just talking to Caboose about that because I didn't even think about like where it started. And like obviously we've introduced to other people.
Right. Yeah.
And they also enjoy that tradition.
How that evolved.
Yeah, how it evolved from this like childhood thing, which really came out of like time restraints of parenting and poverty.
Totally.
And then it started with him and I for poverty and just trying to be resourceful. And it like became a game where it was like, okay. And then we would go to World Market, which is much smaller, and be like, hey, and like as we evolved, and I don't go to Walmart anymore. I disagree with that company. But like Caboose and I would go to World Market and like it became his favorite tradition.
Yep.
And then we would just do that. And then that's what became your stocking stuffers.
Yeah. And it's perfect and it's beautiful. And
yeah. And it's like a fun competition because you're like, you can't see the shit I'm buying you. And like it like
it's a hella funny when you see the other person in the store, and like I'm a shithead because like even if you didn't see me, I'm like, you're looking.
Yeah. Oh, well, and that's the fun part because then it gets other people in the store also involved.
They're like, what is happening?
Because inevitably, like, I have the kind of face that people then are like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, don't let her over here. And then, like, other people are like, oh, she's right there. So, like, it becomes a communal thing.
Yeah, she's
that other people, because it's literally like playing hide and seek when you were a kid. And so it becomes a game.
Yeah, and when you're checking out, you're like trying to like
you're like
cover the basket.
Oh, because that's the other thing is you have like a 30-minute time limit.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So you have a time limit as well. Because and like I came up with that because otherwise I was like, I'm gonna overthink stuff.
Yeah, and you're
so
just
like
gonna stay in the
Caboose
store
and
for
I,
too long.
So usually like now that it's less people, because last year we had more people. Now it's less people. You get a 20-minute time limit.
Yep.
And then like you have to be at the store, like at the fucking exit of the store. So you have to be strategic. Because if they got a long line, you got to fucking plan that into your time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it gives you that dopamine of like playing a game, and then you're spending $25.
Yeah.
And you have to like admit if you go over budget.
Yeah, it's like the $5 over rule is like pretty fair, I would say, because taxes.
But it's like funny because then you're like, I spent $27, and someone's like, I spent $22.
Yeah, so
like,
I was
fuck.
actually better.
Yeah,
grading.
So it's like a fun
the
game.
grading system.
Yeah,
fucking.
But it just becomes like its own game.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like that.
I love
like,
it.
Yeah,
No,
I was thinking about that I was like, those are super fun traditions.
Yes, and also might I add, like as people who don't celebrate these big holidays with family anymore.
Oh my God, it's so much better.
I will say this Christmas, it has been like the best for me, not only because there's no pressure of like, okay, we have to get this ready, we have to dress up, we have to be there at this time, we have to plan our exit strategy at this time, like all of this fucking, the jigsaw puzzle that holidays are with family. There's none of that. Like we're genuinely like, okay, yeah, roughly we'll have dinner ready around 6-ish, so everyone prepare for your dishes to be ready around then.
But if we get hungry before then, we'll make it before then.
And then if we're running a little bit late, that's also okay because there's still food, you know what I mean? So it's like such a low stress thing. And also I have saved so much fucking money for not having to spend, because I come from a family where like if you didn't get someone a nice gift, like I'm talking like at least $100 that you've spent.
That's ridiculous.
Then that like shows that
just
like
fucking capitalism and
for
consumerism.
sure.
Like that's not okay.
Yeah, and like to tie your worth of a relationship with the items that you've given people is so horrible.
No.
Again, it's like brainwashing. You're just brainwashing these people into being like, you have to spend this money, otherwise you're disrespecting your relationship with this person. And yeah, it's just too much pressure. It is too much, and I was always an anxious gift giver. So like I would always have a backup present to my backup present.
But it makes sense because you said, like you just said, you tie your worth of that relationship to that person.
Yeah.
And so like, you're going to be anxious. Giving. That's why I'm like, dude, don't do presents. Like,
let's just
go steal that person's shit and then give it back to them.
Well, again, I didn't realize how much more dopamine there is, and just like, oh, it turns out like I just liked looking at the present and I liked opening it.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck what's inside.
Yeah, where it's like, oh my God, it's a spoon. And like, I love that. Where it's like,
that's
you so
the fun part, because then you're like, and then you just put shit back where it belongs.
It's so funny.
But you're like, I've always wanted a spoon.
Oh my God, it's our tape dispenser.
I forgot I didn't give you our tape dispenser.
Yeah, this is so
I think
special.
that was actually Caboose that gave you this tape
dispenser. I don't know. It was so fucking funny though. And like, I
really love stealing a shoe.
I like
that one's like one of my favorites.
Random knickknacks.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's what I like.
It's super well, especially because then they're like weird. So you're also trying to guess what they are because you're like, it lives within the house, and as someone that's like hyper vigilant, like you nailed it because I couldn't tell the shit that you fucking stole. So I was like, what did she fucking take,
like,
dude?
What could she have taken?
Like I don't understand.
If it's not blatantly obvious that it's taken, yeah. Totally.
And so like that's like my favorite. Yeah, I will say, I will like. Thanksgiving, we talked a little bit about it, how like we actually I don't know if we did, because I think that was the last time we recorded before we left, but we did the 2 dishes. That's one of my new favorite traditions.
Yes, it's a good tradition. I'm giving divorced
that's yours.
Dad menu. So
I love this.
My 2 dishes for Christmas are spaghetti and chocolate chip cookies. It's giving divorced single dad.
Caboose did the this is gonna sound really unhinged, but bear with me. The widower Christmas because he went to the store. I don't go to the grocery store. It's too much for me. And he doesn't mind, so it's great because that's like his task. So he went to the store today. I like told him like I need stuff to make macaroni and cheese and cream corn because those are my 2 favorite staples. They're also safe food. I know I can eat them. So if I'm like having a bad day, I can for sure eat them. On Thanksgiving, he fucking made those foods for me. Yeah, Callie had this great idea that we would all provide 2 dishes.
Yeah.
It's the fucking tits. It's the correct amount of food. But then this, for Christmas, even because obviously we're all scatterbrained right now, Caboose went to Trader Joe's, and it's right now. Obviously 22nd, so it's the day before.
Out. Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no, I don't know what they're gonna make." And I was like, "Hey, I need stuff for cream corn and which also comes from my mom." It's like so funny that all of my food comes from my mom.
Totally.
But then he made cream corn and it, like picked up stuff for that, and then he just kind of panicked and just went insane with the amount of shit So he was like, "I don't know what to do."
Yeah.
And just went and was like, I'll just buy more than I need.
Yeah, I was like peeking at like what he brought, and I was like, ooh,
oh
what?
Yeah,
crackers, and then
so
he's like,
much food.
I also got like cheesy bread, and then there's pumpkin bread stuff.
Yeah, pumpkin bread,
and we were like, what? Like we were so excited.
He just panicked and went overboard, which is great because like we were like 2 dishes each, and now because the only obligation you have is 2 dishes each. Now we get to fucking do whatever we want. Where I'm like, I don't know what we're going to put cranberry sauce on, but I feel like making cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I'll put that shit on anything.
We want to make fucking cheese and onion pie.
Yes.
So we're all going to get in the kitchen. You wanted to bake cookies.
Yes, absolutely.
That's also a tradition. That comes from his family because they would have the cookie day. And then he just mentioned the fact that I was never invited to cookie day.
Yeah, we did it last year with our friends too, and I was like, oh my god, like you're right, this is like a underrated like Christmas tradition that I want to keep doing. I want cookies to be
and I always make cookies with my mom, but his family did a whole thing where like it's essentially sexist.
Oh,
but like all the women would gather together and make all the cookies.
Yeah.
And then
that you wouldn't get invited to.
Yeah, they literally never got invited to.
Yep.
That's what happens when you look like me and they're a semi-conservative family. I'm not upset. I didn't want to go to cookie day. That being said, let's talk about families on Christmas.
Yeah, dude.
And then we'll wrap this up because I know it's a long episode. But
whatever, it's our podcast,
yeah, if you're here still, you're in it. But I would say the best thing you can do is just not do Christmas with family. If you feel just the slightest, or anyone that you feel slightly awkward with.
Yeah.
Because even though I loved Christmas for all of the aesthetics of it, I hated actual Christmas Day because it would be running around.
Yeah.
People are upset. People are stressed out.
It's stressful and sad.
Yeah, it's sad. It's awkward.
Yeah.
We would go. Can I talk about your family?
Totally.
We would go to your house and it was once again like awkward. And then like your family has a weird thing where like no matter what time we arrived, they've already fucking eaten.
Dude, always. And it didn't matter too if it was like a holiday or if it was like a casual thing.
Or
like,
your literal birthday.
Or my actual fucking birthday. Or like I'd get invited for dinner, like, oh yeah, dinner at 5, and then I'd show up and everyone's already eaten, and I'm like, okay, this feels like mean and disrespectful.
Yeah, and then like the food's fucking cold.
Yep.
And then like with like we would spend holidays with Caboose's family, and like you don't talk to them all year round. The most you do is see them on fucking like holidays or like on Facebook.
Yeah.
So then you're just having awkward conversations, and it is genuinely just fucking once again. Social norms are an invisible contract that we have with each other. There's no actual obligation. Like, I swear to God, it like genuinely like this depressive state I have been in has also been this like awakening moment where I'm like, nah, dude, I don't need to.
It's amazing.
Like, I don't fucking like have to go and see you. I don't want to do holidays with you. If I don't want to go do something with you, I don't want to do it with you. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not in the fucking mood.
Yeah.
If I don't want to respond to your message, I'm not going to respond to your message, because all of these pressures that we have around the holidays of like, well, I have to go see my mom. Why?
Why?
If you say because she's going to die, everyone's going to die. You're going to die.
Your holiday matters too.
Yeah.
For me too, I think I brought this up on the Thanksgiving episode. Like, there's nothing that I hate more than like what feels like a wasted day off, where it's like, so I spent my day off, which like, by the way, I really like, I don't know how you feel about your days off, but for me, they're pretty sacred now.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm getting into the space where I'm like,
yes.
I love working, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But like when I have a day off where I know I need to utilize it to rest, they're sacred to me.
Yes.
And I don't want to waste it feeling more stressed out.
No.
Fuck that.
And like something else that I've learned is like you can be just as happy with less. Like once again, when you originally, I'm just going to put myself on fucking blast here. When you originally said 2 dishes each, because I have been so conditioned. Like, I'm not conditioned in the gift part like you have been.
Oh, totally.
I am fully conditioned in that everything's made from scratch.
Yeah.
Hence cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes. But also because I genuinely just prefer those flavors. But I have been conditioned that everything's made from scratch because that's what my mom did.
Yep.
Point of pride there. And then everything is decorated to the T, like to the fucking nines. Like every room has holiday decorations. And I told Caboose that like this is something I really struggled with because obviously I was very depressed getting rid of all of our stuff. But I kept one tote. I was like, you're allowed to put like your actual memorable stuff because each year that's another tradition we have is we collect one ornament each year. This year because we want to honor Tokyo Sushi in Reno because it's literally my favorite restaurant besides India Kebab. But I wanted to honor Tokyo Sushi. And also I thought it was funny because I was like, we have to buy an ornament. And when we were at Disney, that sucked. We'll talk about that next episode. But I didn't want to buy an ornament because I didn't necessarily want to like commemorate that trip to like see the downfall of Disney. We'll probably actually buy one in Disneyland because I heard that one's still the tits. Or maybe in Universal, like we'll find something that can turn into an ornament. Because FYI, a keychain can be an ornament.
Oh, anything.
But I like to have one thing that like commemorates. And we have taken every moment this year, like when we opened the business, when we passed our fucking inspection, the moment we decided to open a business, we always did it at Tokyo Sushi. And it's also kind of funny because Caboose is barely ever there. And like the tradition of like him and I having an ornament was him and I, and now it's like all of us. And when I was like, I'm going to get sushi ornaments, it also makes it really funny because next year we're going to be in New Zealand.
With sushi ornaments.
Aotearoa.
Yep.
Aotearoa. I can't fucking say it right now.
I think that was pretty close.
We'll be there and we'll be there with sushi ornaments. And people will be like, what the fuck? And I'll be like, well, so Reno is the capital of all you can eat sushi.
Yep.
And that's the only thing I miss out of it.
It's the best thing about
minus
Reno.
my clients, because I also love the shit out of my clients.
Totally.
But I forgot where the fuck I was going. But yes, so do not spend it with your family if you feel slightly awkward, you feel pressured. Bitch, tell them you're sick. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like,
we love a phone call.
Yeah, we'll talk to my dad.
I can sacrifice like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 to 15 minutes out of my date, knowing that I don't have to dress up for you, and we're still like, okay, you still know that I love you.
And it doesn't feel awkward.
And it's not awkward.
I cannot explain. I would have thought before, because I was so indoctrinated into like, you have to spend the holidays with your family.
Totally.
And like Caboose and I flipped back and forth between each family, and it was never enough for them. Every year that we'd spend it with my family, and like his mom was mad. Every year that we spent it with his family, i.e. his mother-in-law, or my mother-in-law, his mother. I'm still sick. My brain's not working. My mom was angry. It was like, and we got guilt tripped no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
So no matter what, you're going to get guilt tripped.
You're pissing
and then
someone off.
You show up and it's awkward and it's weird and you're just sitting around.
And like, you don't even want me here. So why was it such a big fucking deal last year?
Yeah, like you treat me like shit when I'm here. You guilt trip me the whole time. We're all awkwardly around. My mom's angry the whole time because she spent the entirety in the kitchen, but she also won't accept help.
Yep.
And like, don't get me wrong, I fucking had that entire journey myself where I would not accept help, and now I'm just like, fuck it, I'm taking help. I don't give a shit. You can cook 2 dishes.
Yep.
I can cook half a dish. Caboose will get the rest of it.
And then tap out.
I don't care. I think it's hilarious. I say that because it's genuinely hilarious because he has more spoons than me when it comes to cooking because I don't like cooking. But like, genuinely make your own traditions, because at the end of the day, Christmas or whatever holiday you're celebrating, specifically Christmas, is purely invented by capitalism to get you to buy things. So the entire thing's invented. Invent your own traditions. Spend it with the people that you actually want to fucking spend it with.
People that you're comfortable with.
Because this past Thanksgiving was the best holiday I've ever had.
We had so much much
fun. Last year for Christmas, we had a ton of fun. We fucking played Nerf guns. Like, we just played. Like, do whatever it is. If it's going to the movies, if it's fucking staying at home playing video games all day.
Yep.
If it is spending the day with your family because you genuinely want to, because you, unlike myself, like your family, spend it with them. And honestly, at the end of the day, when you don't get along with your family or there's that slight tension, when you remove yourself and you're like, oh no, but I'm going to feel bad because like they're going to be so upset. They're not. They feel that tension too, and you're doing them a favor. Yep. Me not spending the holidays with my mom is the best thing I could do for her because we never got along.
Yeah. We're just going to fight the entire day. What's the point?
Me not spending it with my brothers because we have completely different views on human rights and on politics. Mm-hmm. And also because like we're in different places in the world. So no one needs to fucking travel. Mm-hmm. No one needs to worry about it. I know that like I'm going to have a good holiday and I can hope that they have a great holiday. I hope that like, I know my dad's going to have a great holiday and like, we'll talk on the phone. He's the only person I really talk to. My brother will have a great holiday. He'll spend it with his kids.
Totally.
My other brother will spend it with his kid and his family and his in-laws. And they will all have their own beautiful holidays. And it removes like that pressure of, hey, I need to spend this time with them. It's fucking great. And also, if they're unhappy, that's on fucking them. You don't have to like people just because they're your family. Yeah. And you have to fucking spend it with them. And they too will feel that relief of the pressure of you being there.
100%.
And I cannot fucking explain this enough that like, at the end of the day, no one fucking cares.
Totally.
And if they make you feel bad, if you're like, I feel pressure, you should assess that relationship. Because I don't want to be in, like, personally, I don't want to be in a relationship with people. I know I'm on a rant. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
With people that are going to make me feel shitty or make backhanded compliments or like the backhanded statements of like, well, I'm glad you could be with us this year. We missed you last year. Yeah. Fuck off.
What have you been doing? You don't call us anymore.
Yeah, you're not here for New Year's. And like, we had a conversation because you, like myself, carry a lot of guilt around holidays.
Yes, absolutely.
And you were like, hey, I'm really sorry. And I was like, I love you, kid. I don't give a fuck. I have you for the rest of your life and my life, whichever one comes to an end.
These are also just make-believe days, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, we put a lot of pressure on this day.
Yeah, the only make-believe day that I like want to hang out, and that's just because it's a really fun excuse, is literally my birthday.
And yes, absolutely.
And we're going to maybe play putt-putt because there's a really haunted, creepy, and we'll probably put it in the vlog because Callie's back to vlogging.
Yep. There's a vlog coming your way. I'm sorry. I'm taking a minute with it.
Don't apologize.
This is a long one.
But like I will probably go play putt-putt because I want to do the really long course in the back because it's funny and haunted and we have the best time playing putt-putt. And like, besides that, like you get to decide what days, like we can fucking celebrate New Year's whenever the fuck we want.
Totally.
But like, you should not feel any pressure. And I cannot explain that enough. And I know that if you're listening to this and you feel that pressure, you're like, no, but like my family too. Boo. And then we said, fuck it. I said, no, your family
we're
too.
Still alive.
Yeah, we're still alive.
Turns out
I'm
actually
thriving. Genuinely happier. I'm looking forward to tomorrow being Christmas Eve.
My bank account is healthy. I'm like, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be that guilt associated with it when you when you spend your first holiday without like your family, like outside of the cycle that you were in. There might be like some guilt that you experience of like, oh, I feel guilty that I'm so relieved.
Oh yeah.
And boo, you're allowed to feel that way, but I promise you there's nothing guilty about like protecting your peace. There's nothing to feel guilty about protecting yourself. It's your day too.
And by year 2, you don't give a fuck.
You're chilling.
You're so happy. And once again, they're happier.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it was awkward.
You're just releasing each other.
And everyone feels that awkwardness.
Yeah, someone had to do it, you know? So.
Yeah, I love that. Like, you're just releasing them.
Yeah. Releasing them.
It's fucking so much better. So, like, if you don't want to spend the holidays with your family, fucking don't. Tell them you're sick. Doesn't matter. We made excuses every year. We were like, oh no, Caboose is working in Canada and we can't get it off.
Oops.
Woo! And those were our favorite holidays, was the ones that we spent together.
Absolutely.
And like, yeah, and now I just don't talk to my family. And it's great. So yeah, I'm an advocate for if you would not befriend someone, if you would not choose to be friends with them, and you genuinely are like, nah, dude, I love it. It's great. There's no awkwardness. There's no weirdness. Don't fucking do it.
Yeah, just don't.
That's the end of my rant.
I love that.
So.
Well, at the end of our Christmas rant, I guess my question for you would be, what do you hope for this Christmas to be? What's your one wish? Christmas wish.
So my Christmas wish, because right now I can only think like one moment in time. I really hope our cheese and onion pie comes out good. That's like its own thing.
Okay,
I get more than one wish. Fuck off. Also, I know we said we make t-shirts. I am not in the mood to make t-shirts. I need to fucking pay off some debts.
We gotta play Animal Crossing.
So we're gonna go straight from this into Animal Crossing.
Yes!
Once again, hit Callie up, or hit the shop up, whatever.
Yeah.
I would love to have people visit our island.
Yeah, if you want to see
now
our
it's a
island.
fucking collaborative game.
We just have tents right now. So
We
that's-
just started yesterday. We just moved in, okay?
I
No
know.
one's expecting a
Well,
lot from
people
us.
cheat on Animal Crossing. You can time travel, so that way it speeds up your days and speeds up construction.
I'm not doing that.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah,
So-
and if that's your vibe, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, if you try to shame me for living in a tent, fuck off.
Yeah, classist. Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Don't do that. But if you want to come to our island, please come visit us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the most excited to just that's it. It's just like
Yeah, you're
I guess I
excited
don't
to play
necessarily
video
have
games.
a wish.
Yeah.
Because I weirdly enough know that we'll be okay and we're gonna have a good day no matter
Oh,
what.
totally.
I know we'll record another episode that'll come out right after Christmas and we'll probably get one in the bank. But otherwise, like, I just weirdly enough know that, like, no matter what happens, we'll be okay.
We're big chillin'.
Yeah, that, like, we got alcohol, we got some food, we'll place an order for more food.
Yeah,
We're going to go to we're not Instagram. We're going to go to World Market tomorrow. We're going to have fun. We're going to go drop, I get to dress as I was going to say a unicorn, but it's technically a reindeer. We're going to drop off boxes for clients.
I'm gonna have my son on.
Yeah, I love your son so
Thank
much.
you. I love him too.
Okay, so if you had a wish for this,
I think it was the same food base. Like, I just really hope my spaghetti turns out good because I'm really
it's gonna
craving
turn out
spaghetti.
good. You literally don't make any bad food.
you.
I can't wait for you to have Cabooses fucking lasagna.
I also can't wait.
Really fast. We'll tell you what our food is. So mine's
yeah.
macaroni and cheese, cream corn, and then jalapeno cream corn.
The menu.
Because I don't necessarily like pickle jalapenos, but they love jalapeno cream corn, and so it's the same thing with chocolate chips. I don't like chocolate chip cookies,
So good.
but I love chocolate chip cookies sans the chocolate part.
Yeah.
I love cream corn. They love they love jalapeno cream corn, and I'll make mac and cheese. I don't know. Caboose might make it again. Caboose is making lasagna, and this bitch has never had Caboose's vegetarian lasagna.
So excited.
And lasagna used to be, like, when I was younger, my favorite food. And Caboose makes such a bomb ass, and it's really funny because every single time he does the same thing you do, where he just complains about it, where he's like, well, this isn't good enough. This isn't good enough.
Totally.
And every time it fucking hits.
Yeah, it just slaps.
Yeah,
knocks
it's
it out of
so
the water.
good. He crushes it every time.
Like I said, I've got the divorced dad diet right now, so I'm bringing spaghetti, and I'm going to.
I like
be
that you're
making-
bringing it to your own house.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. You're bringing it to the table.
Bringing it to the table, making spaghetti and chocolate chip cookies, and then chocolate chip cookies sans
Sans the
chocolate
chocolate
chips
chips,
for
yeah.
you. Yep, easy
Yeah,
peasy.
and then probably sugar cookies, because those are like a staple for me.
totally.
We should get Caboose to 3D print some shapes for us. Because you can do that at Chocolate Chip too.
Penises.
We'll have Christmas dicks.
Christmas dicks.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pick up some Christmas crackers because that's an English tradition, but we
Yep.
pick those up at World Market. Yeah, I'm genuinely excited to have the next 2 days off with you guys.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, we'll fucking bust out a bunch of shirts.
Yep.
And merch if
Yeah.
we feel like it. I don't know.
You're about to find out.
So,
Yeah,
but most importantly, we are about to fucking play Animal Crossing.
exactly. So that's the deal with this.
You're much better at that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wait. Can you do me a favor and give me a Christmas miracle and end me on the shrimp monologue?
Oh yeah. So my sister had a baby. It was born with no arms or legs. Do you guys watch Shark Tale? This fucking movie is so fucking funny, and it's fairly happy. He's like the shrimp trying to save his life. When the shark and like the shark's dad is trying to force him to eat the shrimp, and his son is like holding this shrimp, and he goes on this fucking tangent about like his sister's kid, and his sister passed away, and it's crazy.
Oh my god, you just broke me.
Yeah, and he has to work
That was
extra
my,
shifts
that was
at
my
the
Christmas
factory.
wish.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the Shark Tale one is good. If you guys request it, I will actually just upload a video of her doing it.
I will absolutely
yeah.
like read from the script,
Yeah,
and then you can hear it
it's perfection.
side by side.
It gives me the most dopamine,
It's
minus
so
talking
funny.
shit about Tom Nook and designing an island. That also is
You're gonna
hilarious.
get really good at that.
Yeah. So on that note, no matter what holiday you're celebrating, I hope that you find peace. I hope that you do not have to deal with your shitty family. If you've already committed and you are not in a place where you can say no, that is also okay.
Yeah.
I hope that you spend the next year figuring out the excuse you need to not spend the fucking holiday with them.
We hear you. We see you.
Yes.
It's okay to be morally gray and morally flexible and lie
Yes.
sometimes when it comes to
I have
protecting
lied
your peace.
multiple times on Christmas. You have also lied multiple times.
Oh, for sure.
I will throw us all under the bus. Caboose has also
Absolutely.
lied. It is about, like, I don't believe in, once again, Christmas for like a holiday of like religion. It's cool if you do. That's fine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is about you having time, and no matter what your holiday is, whether it's Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, whatever it is, this time of year is hard for everyone in the Northern Hemisphere because it's fucking cold. Yeah. We're about to have, this is our last cold Christmas, and then we're going to be fucking chilling. But do whatever it is that brings you joy. If that means talking shit about your family with your siblings, absolutely.
For sure. Start a separate group chat.
Yes. If that means getting your mother drunk so that way she's somewhat nice, that's great. But I hope that you find whatever it is that makes you happy. That is, I guess, my Christmas wish, is that anyone listening to this feels seen, heard, and understood. I spent a lot of shitty Christmases with my family because I did not know there was another option. Now I do. I will literally talk to my dad for a couple minutes. I might talk to my brother in Japan for a couple minutes. Maybe, I don't know, if I remember to turn my phone on. But otherwise, like, I will spend the day having a beautiful, amazing day, not interacting with people who don't like me and who I don't like. Yes.
Yeah, that's our Christmas wish for you guys. I really hope that your Christmas is good, if you celebrate it at least.
You need to tell people to win. That's a thing that we do. We didn't do our gender, and that's fine. But, like, what you win.
My win for the week is the fact that I'm off. And there was a moment there where I felt kind of guilty because, like, I'm taking time off.
Well, as your boss, I'm not allowing you to come to work.
There we go. I felt a little bit guilty, but I guess my win for the week is the fact that I'm like, oh, that's okay. Like, your schedules are allowed to be different. And also,
100%.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're good, Callie. You'll be okay.
And I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Like, I love you and I love seeing you at work, but I also love when you're not at work. And
for sure. And you just also get to chill at the studio, and it's just like you get to watch whatever you want.
That doesn't affect me at all.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not, you being there is never a pressure.
Neither has it been for me, actually, when I think about it. I mean, the most that I'll do is like turn up the volume on a show. Which is like hilarious because like I'll be dipping my ink caps and watching the show.
Oh, dude, it's the best. The TV
So
while you're
good.
tattooing.
So good. Yeah.
If you're a tattoo artist, put a TV in there.
So that's my win. What's your win?
My win is that I'm about to play Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh my, I'm actually so excited that you like Animal Crossing.
Dude, we need to pay that shit off. We need to see what guests we have. I need people to come visit.
We have to
I'm
improve
obsessed.
the houses. Yes.
Yeah. I don't like that the houses can only be one orientation. So our town is not going to be exactly perfect how I want it, but it's fine. I really just need like a game for like fucking designing towns, but then I'd get bored. And I like that we have to weed, and I like that we have to do manual labor and tasks.
Yeah, totally. You got to pick the peaches off of the trees.
Yeah.
We got peaches on our first go, by the way.
We need to pick up all the weeds.
Okay.
Because it's not like your island last time where like she's haphazard.
They
it's
grow
a mess.
when
I
you're
don't give
like
a
away
fuck.
for a long time.
That's fine. Then go pick them up. Bitch, I'm that person.
I'm like, no one's
that
over
I am
here, so it's fine.
individually picking up leaves in our regular ass
real life.
house. Yeah. I'm vacuuming our backyard. Like, our island's going to be pristine. When people come to visit, I'm going to be like, FYI, I have OCD.
Just so y'all know.
If you didn't know. So, yeah, that's my win, is that we're about to fucking get some food, maybe delivered, I don't know, and play Animal Crossing for the rest of the night.
That's going to be so fun.
Until we get bored and we watch a horror movie.
Period.
So,
yes!
So, but yeah, on that note, thank you guys so much. If you've hung out for all an hour and 20 minutes, thank you. And I hope that we provided at most, I don't know, escapism.
Yeah.
I am an avid podcast listener, so I understand what it's like to have like voices that you resonate with or you connect with. And I hope that you enjoyed it. And we will see you back probably next week. I will actually, no, fuck that. We'll see you back in 2 days. I'll give you a fucking special little Christmas episode. Christmas morning.
We still have hot ones.
Christmas morning. We'll do hot ones.
Oh my God.
So that'll come out on Christmas Day. That'll be your Christmas miracle. It's us doing hot ones. Caboose is going to interview us. Look forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And then we'll put a couple in the bank, so you'll see us in like the same clothes. Maybe, I don't know, sometimes we change between, because you'll be gone for New Year's. And then we'll start talking about the move again.
Fuck yeah.
And whatever the fuck else we want to talk about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, on that note, thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, all that shit. Share it with your friends. Whatever the fuck we're supposed to say at the end of a podcast. Oh, I wanted to start doing this. This is produced by us. We make it in our house, in our kitchen, or living room, dining room, whatever the fuck
Same
this room
thing.
is. It is edited by Caboose. He handles that part. Callie did the intro, and I am here.
3-person
Yeah.
team, you guys. Thank you so
3
much
people.
for supporting
Yes.
us. Oh,
Yeah, and we will never have ads. I refuse. So this will always be free.
unless it's a fake ad by us.
Oh yeah, those will come. Those will start coming back too because I miss the
Yep.
fake ads, and like I've got some ideas for New Zealand. So, and also Callista's Fish Sticks empire is thriving.
You guys,
So
it's
there
too
are
much.
stickers everywhere, and if you would like a Callista's Fish Stick sticker, Cat sticker did not work out. It looked like I was doing blackface. It was not okay.
It was, yeah, I don't know
It was.
how that
I
happened.
literally I ordered the stickers. It looked fine when I had it done.
Yeah.
I then had them printed.
The
and it
digital
looked,
file, you look like a cat, and
I
then
look
you
like a
came back
cat.
racist.
Yes, and I came back racist. So Cat Lou was not a thing. But that being said, give us ideas. I'll make a fucking funny commercial because I love doing it for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want a Captain Callista sticker, especially before we move out of the States, but even if we're gone and you want it internationally, I'll ship it to you. I don't give a shit. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll
She
send it
hates
to you.
it, and it's so funny. So yeah, on that note, we'll see you back in 2 days for Christmas while we eat hot ones at 9 o'clock in the morning because we're dumb and I committed to this.
Bye.
Bye.